How's it going, man? I'm gonna read the Song of Songs by Solomon. It's an old poetry about love, or God's love for His followers. It's really old. I really like. I like all of Solomon's knowledge, really, because it's brilliant. uh, the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me. This is by the bride, by the way. I guess it's like right now, like a play, sort of. So the bride says, "The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. For your love is better than the wine, and the smell of your ointment is better than all spices. Your name is ointment poured forth. Therefore the young maidens love you. They draw you. The companions, we will run after you for the smell of your ointments." The bride says, "The king brought me into his chamber." And the companions say, "Let us be extremely joyful and glad in you. We will love your breasts more than wine. Uprightness loves you. I am black and beautiful, O daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar and the curtains of Solomon. Do not look at me because I am black, for the sun gave me a tan, and the sons of my mother fought with me and made me the keeper of the vineyards. But I have not kept my own vineyard. Tell me, you who loves my soul, and my soul loves, were you shepherd of your flock? Where you rest them at noonday? Least I become as one who encompasses herself with the herds of your companions. If you do not know yourself, fairest young woman," this is the groom, "if you do not know yourself, fairest among women, go forth on hills of the flocks, and tend your goats by the shepherd's tents." Man, I must have been crying when I read that part. "I have likened you, my beloved, to my horses in the chariots of the pharaohs. Your cheeks are as beautiful as turtle doves, and your neck as a small necklace." The companions say, "We will make you figures of gold with studs of silver." The bride, "While the king was at the table, my spikenard came forth with its smell. My beloved is to me a bundle of myrrh. He shall take rest between my breasts." I like it. I love it. "To me, my beloved is a cluster of grapes from Cyprus in the vineyards of En Gedi." And the groom says, "Behold, you are my beautiful, my beloved. Behold, you are beautiful, and your eyes are as doves." And the bride says, "Behold, you are beautiful, my beloved, indeed lovely. Our bed is shaded, and the beams of our houses are cedar, and our ceilings are cypress wood. I am a flower of the plain, a lily of the valleys." And the groom says, "As a lily among thorns, so is my beloved among daughters." The bride says, "As an apple among the trees of the woods, so is my beloved among the sons. I desired to be in the shadow of him and sit down, and his fruit was sweet in my mouth. Bring me into the house of wine. Set love before me. Strengthen me with the cakes of raisins. Refresh me with apples, for I am wounded with love. His left hand shall be under my head, and his right hand shall embrace me. I implore you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the hosts and powers of the field, that you rouse not and wake my love, until he wishes. The voice of my beloved, behold, he comes leaping from the mountains and skipping over the hills. My beloved is a gazelle or a young stag on the mountains of Bethel. Behold, he stands behind our wall, looking through the windows and peering through the lattices. My beloved answers and says to me, rise up and come, my companion, my fair one, my dove. For behold, the winter is past and the rain is gone. It has departed and the flowers are seen in the land, and the time of pruning is come. The voice of the dove is heard in our land. The fig tree put forth young figs, and the vines are in bloom. Give forth their fragrance, and arise. Come, my companion, fair one, my dove, and come, my dove, to the shelter of the rock, and take hold of the wall, and show me your face, and cause me to hear your voice. For your voice is sweet and beautiful. Catch us, the foxes, the little ones that spoil the vineyard, for our vines are in bloom, the bride says. Beloved is mine, and I am his. He who shepherds his flock among the lilies, until the day dawns and the shadows depart. My beloved turn back to and be as likened to a gazelle or a young stag on the mountains of the ravines. In the night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loves. I sought him, but did not find him. I called him, but he did not hear me. I will rise now and go about the city, in the marketplaces, in the streets. I will seek him whom my soul loves. I sought him, but did not find him. The watchmen who do their rounds around the city found me, and I said to them, have you seen him whom my soul loves? Scarcely I departed from them when I found him whom my soul loves. I'm reading that Bible. Yeah. I held him and would not let him go until I brought him into my mother's house, into the chamber of her who conceived me. I implore you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the hosts and the powers of the field, that you rouse not nor wake my love until he wishes. The companions, who is this that comes up from the desert, like pillars of smoke, offering incense and myrrh and frankincense, with all the fragrant powders of the perfumer? Behold the bed of Solomon, 60 mighty men round about it, from the mighty ones of Israel, all holding a sword and trained in war. Every man has his sword upon his thigh, because of fear in the night. King Solomon made a palanquin for himself from the trees of Lebanon. He made its pillars of silver and black gold, its covering crimson, its interior mosaic of love. Because of the daughters of Jerusalem, go forth and look at King Solomon, at the crown in which his mother crowned him in the day of his wedding, and in the day of the gladness of his heart. The groom says, behold, you are beautiful, my companion. Behold, you are beautiful, and your eyes are like doves behind your veil. Excuse me. Oh, man. Your eyes are like those behind your veil. Your hair is like flocks of goats coming down from Gilead. Your teeth are as flocks of shorn sheep that went up from the washing, all of them bearing twins, and none of them is barren. Your lips are like a thread of scarlet, and your manner of speech is pleasant. As the rind of a pomegranate are your cheeks behind your veil. Your neck is like the Tower of David, the one built on courses of stone. 1,000 shields hang upon it, and all the arrows of the mighty men. Your two breasts are like two fawns, twins of gazelle that feed among the lilies. Until the day dawns and the shadows depart, I will go away to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You are altogether beautiful, and there is no blemish in you. Come from Lebanon, my bride. Come from Lebanon, beginning with the faithfulness. You shall come and pass through. From the top of Sinner Hermon, from the dens of the lions in the mountains of the leopards. My sister, my bride, you ravish my heart. You have ravished my heart with one look from your eyes. With one jewel of your necklace, my sister, my bride, how beautiful are your breasts, how much more beautiful are your breasts than wine, and the fragrance of your garments than all the spices. Your lips, my bride, drip as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under your tongue, and the fragrance of your garments is the scent of Lebanon. My sister, my bride, is an enclosed garden sealed with a fountain. Your plants are a garden of pomegranates, with fragrance of the fruit harvest around, with fragrance of a fruit harvest and aromatic plants, spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with every tree of Lebanon, myrrh, aloes, and all the finest spices. A fountain of garden, as well a well of living and rushing water from Lebanon. The bride says, awake, O north wind, and come, O south wind. Blow through my garden and let my spices flow out. Let my beloved come to his garden and eat of his fruits. I came into my garden, O my sister, my bride. I harvest my myrrh with my spices. I ate my bread with my honey and drank my wine with my milk. O friends, eat and drink. O brothers, drink abundantly. I sleep, the bride says, I sleep with my heart. I sleep, but my heart keeps watch. The voice of my beloved, he knocks at the door. Open to me, my sister, my companion, my dove, my perfected one. For my head is wet with dew, and my locks of hair with the drops of the night. I have taken off my tunic. How can I put it back on? I have washed my feet. How can I dirty them? My beloved put his hand by the opening of the door, and my heart stirred by him. I arose to open to my beloved. My hands dripped with myrrh, and my fingers with choice myrrh upon the handles of the door. I opened it for my beloved, but my beloved had passed